Welcome back to FuturePrint TV at Imprint in Munich, joined by Eric Worrall, who's VP of Product Services at Global Graphics Software. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
Global Graphics Software, one of our FuturePrint partners, and you're exhibiting today and this week actually at Imprint. How are you finding it? And first show for a while, what sort of feedback are you getting?
Yeah, very good. We're seeing a few good sort of leads from people we kind of already know, I guess, that have come to have a chat to us about things. And I think a few people just walking on the stand and being quite amazed by what we're doing. So it's been good.
Excellent. So it's been a busy couple of years for you as a business, and I think you haven't slowed down at all, have you, during that period?
We're full speed.
What is it you're showing here? Is this a result of your sort of innovative time during lockdown, maybe?
Yeah, kind of. So we're showing the Smart DFE, which is a fully automated DFE, which has at its heart something called Harlequin Direct, and it's it's a ripping engine that rips directly to the electronics, and which then means that as we print, we can feed back into that rip and do tweaks to the output. So, for instance, if you've got nozzle outs in your inkjet, we can hide that nozzle being out and carry on printing sellable quality output. So, and then we also link into a wider smart factory, so being able to take data up into the factory and also communicate with machinery and items further down the line.
Right, so Smart DFE really is about providing a front end that really sort of helps the process of printing throughout the noticing, obviously, that there are sometimes discrepancies throughout the process.
Yeah, I mean, it's also about bringing the smarts of a print operator into the software, because we're seeing inkjet going into markets where you haven't got that sort of very skilled print operator. You've got an operator who's running a whole factory and prints just one part of it. So what we need to do is take that sort of skill set out of the person and put it into the software. So part of the smarts is about making sure that the color's right, making sure that the output, the device just works. You know, it's not something that you have to have all that print smarts to keep going.
Yeah. Has the last couple of years really perhaps put software in the spotlight a bit more? Are people starting to kind of appreciate the importance of software? Has software in the past been a little bit perhaps ignored as an important facet of total industrial printing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think one of the things that's leading it is the move from 10,000 of one thing to 10,000 individual things, which basically means that the software has to be part of the process, whereas the 10,000 of one thing used to be an offline rip. For instance, you'd rip once, the file would get given to the printer, and then it would print 10,000. Now we're kind of seeing it being integrated into the printer itself, and that changes it. You know, it changes it from an offline last-minute thought to a how do I build this software into the press I'm building as a core thing rather than a bolt-on, if you like.
Yeah, brilliant. And with obviously the well-documented supply chain challenges we're still suffering from, and there's paper shortages and shortages of many things, is digitalization, in your view, obviously linked incredibly to software, is that a real thing that's taking place? Or is that sort of something that people seem to be talking a lot about, but it's not necessarily happening?
I think it is happening. I think the OEM manufacturers are looking at it quite seriously now as being a key part of where they need to go in the next 2 or 3 years. And of course, they're planning now for the next generation of press in 2 or 3 years. So I think they are looking at it very seriously. But I don't necessarily think it's out there for the end user yet. So maybe it's not in their mind quite so much yet. But yeah, I think the OEMs are definitely on it and making sure that they have that as part of their plans.
Right. And sort of going forward then, do you see the future for software? Do you sort of, what will we see eventually? Full automation?
Yeah, I think so. Industry 4.0, full automation, making the actual software itself the smartest part of the system. Because what you really want to do is just have it just work. You know, it's the Apple sort of computer of the world. You know, it just works and you get on with your job, rather than somebody who has to come in and tweak things and make things happen. And I think that's the promise of software that is much smarter than it is now. At the moment, I think it's got 1,000 settings in it, designed for a very knowledgeable operator. In the future, you'll switch it on and it'll just work. It'll monitor itself. It'll predict when the heads need to be replaced in an inkjet. It'll when the temperature of the ink goes to a place where it might start to cause problems, then it'll change that for you. It'll just keep it running. So I think it's interesting that smart cars are out there now. They're driving themselves. If you can drive a car yourself, then surely you can design a press that will drive itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the software's becoming smarter, I think, is the big thing.
Superb. Well, thanks for joining us today. Lovely to see you, and really interested to hear about your kind of what you hear with your smart DFE and also the future. So thanks very much.